What's going on, Port fans? Welcome back to another video on my channel, and today we're going to be previewing Port Adelaide's 2019 season. It's going to be a massive year for the footy club. There's a lot writing on the wall for both the coaches, the players, the board, and for us fans as well. It's a very interesting year that we've got upon us, and I'm very nervous. It's a little bit unpredictable as well because we don't know exactly how the team's going to perform. There's so much to talk about and so much change that's happened over the off-season that this could be a very unpredictable year to where we finish, how we play, and you know, a lot of different rule changes for the AFL as well. So a lot to talk about, a lot to preview. So let's get straight into it and preview Port Adelaide's 2019 AFL season. So the big statement I've written on my little notepad here is basically Port Adelaide are an unknown going into 2019. It's going to be, there's so many factors to take on board. As I mentioned before, the change with the players, the refreshing feel from the players list. The squad is completely different. We've got new captains heading into this year. We've got a couple of new coaches as well, a big clean out there, and a lot of changes that aren't in our control with the AFL rules, different systems as well. So it's going to be a very unpredictable year, and effectively what that's done is redeveloped our game plan. It will be a little bit noticeable from the JLT form itself. You can tell there's still some factors there from last year. And definitely you can notice the promising signs from the fast-moving footy that we've been playing in the JLT. Obviously it hasn't been 4 quarters, but in saying that, it's been a lot more direct, a lot quicker. And what the biggest thing for me as well was our transition. We never really transitioned that well last year. We're a big clearance team, big stoppage team, and we bang it inside 50 and hold it there for as long as we can. That worked really well in 2017. Didn't work as well in 2018. This year, I've noticed that in the 2 JLT games, we have not gone to the pockets as much as what the last 2 seasons have. And that's been more direct play, great transition from the half-back line, and with the 6-6-6 rule, we're very much relying on the midfielders to do the job with the clearances, the contested possessions, and winning the outside ball and hitting the targets. A lot of youngsters have been brought in this year. You've got the likes of Burton and Lysette, who have been traded in, along with Sam Mays and a couple of others. And then you've got the draftees of Rosie, Butters, Dersma, Woodcock, Grundy. You've got the couple of others, Frederick and Pudney, who are all basically the one very similar type. That's pace and run. And they do have a lot of skill as well, which is another factor that we very much have to take in this year, is how well we use the footy. And I think with those youngsters, we've seen already that Rosie's very skillful when he gets the footy. Zach Butters is a machine in the middle and also can hit the scoreboard. Dersma, a little bit less on the skillful side, but that's in saying that, that's nothing against him as well. He's young and he's still learning his craft. His moving of the ball is second to none. His pace from wing, half-back, into the forward 50. The one play that he had against North Melbourne in the JLT game where he got the handball from Power Pepper and hit Robbie Gray on the chest, lace out. That's what we want to see in 2019. That's what we want to see hitting Charlie Dixon on the chest, Todd Marshall, the big players. Paddy Ryder will play down there as well, swapping with Scott Lysette. That's the other one as well I wanted to talk about, is the combination of Lysette and Ryder. I've just made a nickname for him, Rysette. I think essentially those two are key components this year, whether they work together in the forward half and the ruck, or one goes on the bench. That is that'll be a developing story in itself, and I think that combination is going to be one of a kind. And we thought that when Lobie was here with Paddy Ryder coming in, didn't really work out so much for Lobie, but I think Lysette's a little bit more versatile. He's got great ground ball work. He can kick a goal, which we saw in the JLT game. And I think he looks at home already. Back to those 3 youngsters for a second. I wanted to speak about Zach Butters especially. He's a refreshing character coming into the side. And I think someone like, a lot of people compared him to Hayden Ballantyne. And with that, I think he can be a nemesis. He can be very, very getting under the skin of players. But he will be a fan favourite for every other Port fan, but other fans, he's got a lot of people love to hate him, and that's what we need at Port Adelaide. A bit of aggressive nature, and a bit of fight, and a lot of lip. That's what we need. We need a bit of lip on the field. So I look forward to seeing Zach Butters really perform well going into this year. I think he'll play round 1. I think Dursman will play round 1. I think Rosie will play round 1, along with Willem Drew as well. So what am I looking forward to going into this season? Well, there's really only one thing I'm really looking forward to, and that's the unpredictable nature of Port Adelaide. And as I said, all those factors of youngsters and different combinations, new rules in the AFL, there's a lot of fun back at Port Adelaide at the moment, and there might be a lot of different things going behind the scenes that we may not like, or the feeling around the club, especially with the coaches and performance with fans, is very questionable, and a lot of fans have jumped off or are very much angry still with the club, with getting rid of certain players and stuff like that, and keeping Kenny and all that. But for me personally, I 100% agree. The performance is the business end of this club. It's what the one tradition we have that actually needs to continue on is winning premierships, having that success. We're a successful football club. And coming into this year, the unpredictable nature of it, of where we'll finish and how we'll play and all that, it's brought us a lot of 2013 feels about it. We can go so far, we can come up short, and I think that for me personally is a lot of fun. It will do my nerves and my emotions a hell of a job, but in saying that, we'll definitely be able to, I think, enjoy a lot more footy this year. We've had a lot of expectations. This year we're very much on the low expectation side, and I think a lot of people will enjoy that as well. And I think if we can get back to 2013 fun, which Koshi's original message was, let's bring the fun back to footy. If we can all live off that mantra and not giving in, we are Port Adelaide, and all that together, then we're going to have a lot more fun this year. And that's what I'm really looking forward to, is bringing the fun back to footy. Couple of players to watch before I get into my Port Adelaide prediction for the year. Todd Marshall is definitely one to watch out for this year. Had a very slow start to the JLT series. I think his pre-season's been very strong. Under 23's performance and his trial game performance were pretty good. And I think now, especially with him coming into his third season, he will definitely be able to look improving his game and really standing out. And he's got a great opportunity now, especially with Charlie Dixon looking to be out for at least 8 weeks. He's got a great block to prove himself as a footballer and really show what he's got to offer. If he can kick 20-odd goals in that 8 weeks, then I'm more than happy. We're going to be winning a lot of games if he's doing that. Willem Drew's another one, with Ollie Wines potentially out for round 1. I think he'll definitely come into the midfield, and he's looked very nice in all games that we've had so far. JLT performances, the internal trial, under 23s, he's looked phenomenal in all of them. And the other one is Karl Amon. Now, he was on my list last year, and he really undid himself. He didn't perform as well as a lot of Port fans would have liked, and in the end, an injury sort of set him back. But now, he looks fantastic in this off-season. He really thinks that he can perform well, and he's looking very fit. So I think definitely coming into this year, he will be a one to watch for sure. So for my prediction for Port Adelaide in 2019, I think a lot of fans will be very happy if this ends up being the result. I've got them 7th, which is sort of a mid-table type. I don't know exactly how other teams will perform. I think if we can beat 4 or 5 top 8 teams this year, then we're definitely on track to being a very promising young side coming into next year. But that's not what I want. I want a very consistent Port Adelaide team coming in throughout the year. I want us to perform well, and I really want us to take the game on. If we lose taking the game on, I know we didn't give up. We kept going, we kept coming at them, and I think that's what I'll be happy with the most. A premiership would be nice. You never know in AFL footy though, do you? I think that's the one thing. This year will be very unpredictable, and I'm very much looking forward to having Port Adelaide back in my life for the next 6 months, because it's been a long, long time. Well, Port fans, that is a preview of Port Adelaide's 2019 season. Let me know what your expectations are for Port Adelaide this year. What are you thinking, and how do you think we'll go? I think it's a big year. As I said, it's going to be a lot of unpredictability, but it's very exciting. And with the youngsters involved, there's a refreshing nature about Port Adelaide, which I'm really looking forward to seeing. And you know what? My favourite Travis Boak's back in the midfield, so there could be a Brownlow on the cards.
So you're telling me there's a chance? Yeah!
Nah, probably not. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. Make sure you subscribe for plenty more Port Adelaide content coming your way throughout the 2019 season. It's a big year, and I'm looking forward to sharing it with you guys, giving my thoughts, opinions, and a lot of other special game day stuff and different things that we'll do throughout the year. So thank you very much for everyone that has subscribed and whoever does after this. It's really appreciated, and I appreciate all the support. My name's Anthony, guys. Thank you very much for watching once again, and as always, calm the pair.